Hello, my name is Yampolsky, and I run the Startup Station. In this video, I'm going to talk about a subject that is very painful for many early-stage startup founders. And this is, how do you create assumptions for your financial model when there's no financial history, when there's no product on the market, when you are such a young company with no track record? How do you ensure that those assumptions are credible and justifiable and will be taken seriously by investors, strategic partners, and other co-founders? Well, there are 4 things you can do that will help you properly formulate your business strategy and to allow you to convert it into a financial forecast. Okay? Number 1, market research. So by doing market research, you will be able to evaluate the demand for your product. You'll be able to look into who your customers are and to identify those customers that you should be focusing on first. You'll figure out whether your industry is growing or contracting. You'll figure out all the latest technological developments that are happening. You'll understand who the biggest players are, whether the industry is concentrated or segmented, etc. By understanding the demand for your product, your customers' price sensitivity, and who your customers are will allow you to better formulate your business model and all of the monetization revenue streams that you can use in order to monetize your customer base. This will be the crux in formulating your business model based on the product that you are developing. Number 2, competitive research. Competitive research is an incredibly useful piece of analysis because it allows you to understand what is already on the market and how you can best position your product and price your product and market your product in order to capture the biggest market share. Looking at your competitors allows you to understand what is it that they're doing right, what is it that they're doing wrong, which customers they're focusing on, what is their value proposition, how do they price their products. All of this information helps you to understand your go-to-market strategies, how you're going to market your product, how much money you have to spend to bring your product to market, which also informs you of your operating costs, and how you should price your product, which is a combination of your market positioning and your value proposition and your cost structure. Okay, so this piece of analysis is incredibly important in order to help you understand how you go to market, which strategies you should use to go to market, and how you should price your product. Okay, number 3, barriers to entry. Now, not every industry will have barriers to entry. For example, if you're just developing a mobile app, it costs very little money these days to do so. And so the barriers to entry for this industry are very low. However, if you want to launch a new drug in the United States, then you have to get an FDA approval, and this is a very expensive and multi-year process. Understanding what your barriers to entry are informs you on how long it's going to take you before you can start making money and how much capital you need in order to be able to launch your company. And finally, number 4, capital constraints. As a young company, you don't really have access to unlimited capital. And so for the very first year of your existence, or for the first few years of your existence, you need to be cognizant not only of what your costs are and what your ideal revenue goals are, but also how much capital you will realistically have access to. And your capital constraints will inform on how much marketing money you can spend on launching your product, how many people you can hire in order to develop your product. This will determine your product development timeline, the product launch, the monetization goals, etc. So the combination of these four things, competitive research, market research, barriers to entry, and capital constraints, will allow you to properly formulate your business strategy and to convert it into a financial forecast, which will be justifiable because you did all this research and you have all of this information. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please comment below and share with your friends and colleagues. For more information, please go to www.thestartupstation.com. Thank you, and see you next time.